not give a spouse an automatic share in the matrimonial property.
Mulusoga
olulimi lwida kusitowa mu Luganda ganti obufumbo tebukuwa betu ya kufuna bitundu 5 ku 10 eri ebintu byemba mufunye mu bufumbo.
Siteeka nti nze nawe bwe tuba bafumbo tuba twawukana ebintu bigabanire wakati. Terikyali teeka obongo ba nze nga ngenda byange twabulamu wakati terikyali teeka ke kasooka
akokubiri kagamba a spouse's share in the matrimonial property is dependent on their contribution.
Engabana yaffe y'ebintu mu bufumbo
esinziira ku biki
byosinziiranga ku ekyo kye waleeta oba kyoyongeddeko nga tuli mu bufumbo nze naawe si kubanga okera waka kwebaka nze nkola nzimbya apartment zange ndi tuzigabane obadde okeera kukola ki oyina akaana kamu kenkuzaddemu onyambye otya mu kubaawo banneeteeka
akala akagamba forms of contribution can be either monetary in kind or both. Kati yao Simon yao wenyini property eno is just part of the contribution or part of what we own as a couple. Naye waliwo ebintu ebitalina monetary value Simon.
Yes.
Nkufumbira akatogo buli lunaku, nkukamulira akatunda, nkulabirira kutegekera byoyambala okedde okuva ewaka ku makya omukyala akutegeka dog akwambala ekkooti eno ne suit eno. Really ebintu ebyo how do you quantify them obo obibalotya obibalirotya
monetary bw'ofumbira akatogo gwolya tolya
nkufumbidde senga sikafumbye wandika jewa Simon
madam
Simon
mbuziza bw'ofumba akatogo olya tolya
nange ndya naye
okay ekiro bw'oba ondabira ng'olabirira abaana
Simon akasembo kadi kagamba value addition contribution by a spouse, for example, paying of tuition for the other should be deducted when computing benefits.
Wonderful. Bwemba nakutwala wamala senior 4 nenkuwasa nenkuza nomala senior 6 nenkusomesa n'ofuna ne degree nenkusomesa diploma nenkusomesa okutunga ekyalaani ensimbi ezo n'ensaasanya gye nakuteekako kwongerako omutindo nabyo tujja bibalanga mu byosaba nti bwe tuba twawulamu bwe tuti ngamba nti nakusomesa Doryn nijjukira wajja wakamala senior 2 nkusomesezza
lwaki oba wayagala akaana k'abandi akakyasomanga bazadde be baaliwo nga basobola omuweerera lwaki oba wayagala omwana abandi omuto lwaki tokalinda ne kamala okusoma
ayinza obutaba muto you may come to me with your first degree I spend on you for the second degree and your PhD. Today you are called Dr. Doryn Mwesige Muyanga.
Simon, you're spending on me because of the value I am adding on to you. You're not spending on me, you're not doing charity, for example. You're spending on me because I am your spouse, I am your partner, out of love, because of the love I give you. You're obliged to also contribute something.
Fantabulous. Yes. But you also agree that at the time of separation, I cannot withdraw your PhD or master's from you. So whoever fool you're going to marry after me will enjoy that. For that matter, I should be paid.
Simon, dineteka we linyigirizamu kiri nti abantu bagenda kati kola bintu out of love and care. Yeah, bajja kuba bakola bintu bibafunamu
mubadde mufuuse banyezi mwagala kufunamu bufunyi mujja mubala bintu olina emyaka 2 oyagala kujja kunfumbira n'emyaka gyange 40 lw'okuba obaze nti muyanga
Simon kigenda leetawo embeera ya competition atenga ideally marriage is supposed to be complementary. There are supposed to be complementary roles okola kino n'enkola kino n'okola wano nange n'entereza wano kati tugenda kubeera nga ozimbye kalina nange nozimba kalina bwowerera abaana waneno fees nange the competition which is very unhealthy.
You know the beauty about this nawe bwogamba nti twawukane that's what people are not reading very well bwogamba nti twawukane gwe Doryn goga nti Muyanga tukomye wano zobadde okola ku baba zonna nga tugabana
It does not guarantee you 50%.
Not 50%, but I must share into that. It must share into that.
Then waliwo bagambye mbu bachala oba omuchala ali entitled to 20%
of
the care and love, that non-monetary contribution, that 20%, I think it's a bit fair because omukyala ne bw'aba takola mulimo gwa keera kuva wakagenda mu office kola era akola kyamaanyi nnyo contributing to the family, to stabilize you as a man. Gwe ogenda okuva ewaka senga ova ewaka nga toli bulungi, Simon.
You live in a different world. You say you do a lot to stabilize me.
Yes.
There are also areas where you destabilize me.
Yes,
people are living with agony in their homes. People are living in pain. People are living in very terrible conditions with people called wives who have become empty balloons. You know. So the consideration is that Ojaku. Ndoza akakulizo kendaba kati bakifudde etteeka nti omukyala alina okufuna omusaala ku mirimu gya kukolera.
Yes.
Laga nti bwe munaaba mwawukana bajja kubala ebbanga lye mumaze naye babale nti oba kubanga waleeta mukozi kukulabirira yandifunye ssente mmeka.
Naye kati era omukyala Simon tasobola kubeera at the same rate ng'omukozi because bintu byanjawulo. Simon,
at the time of separation oba
Simon, I am not your house help. Honestly, I am your partner. A partner is entitled. A partner has some entitlements. Omukozi tabera ne entitlements.
At the time of separation, the law is looking at you as a worker and is telling you to pay you for the care you gave. That's what it is.
Ebintu bino tebigenda beera mu goodwill, tebigenda kubeera mu omuntu kukola kintu olw'okuba ayagala, bigenda kubeera bya kusika muguwa. That is what I think.
Primarily, you came to do two things. To care for me.
Yes.
You understand?
Which you do not pay for directly.
Which payment may not be directly, and the other one is to give me pleasure through sex. You understand? Sex for pleasure and sex for children. Whether children are there or not, I agree that your sex is part of what I need. So, but the sex is done by the two of us.
Yes.
You also enjoy it. For that one, we will not quantify it.
You
understand? Addition, because you can give me sex without cooking, so you cook, you do this. For that, there is some payment you deserve.
Like at Simon, we go into childbirth. We carry your children. We give you. They are children. I give you these children. I go through a lot of pain.
Childbirth.
Yeah, childbirth. How do you quantify such things?
Childbirth.
Yes.
What do you want us to the pain?
The pain, yes. The 9 months I carry. Then, of course, everything else comes on hold once I have a baby.
Okay.
Remember, then the business,
why everything is on hold? I am working to look after you.
Auntie Kati, you're not entitled to this because your contribution was not monetary. Isn't it?
Let's look at childbirth. Abakyala mukuliriza nnyo omanyi okwetikoola obuto emyezi omwenda gw'omanyi kyembanzi gy'olubuto ddukuleetera.
Simon,
do you know how much I preserved my sperms on the back to make you pregnant? Do you know how hard it is to make you pregnant?
Simon, senga chali kisoboka namwe ne musitula muko. Senga nazala nga asooka n'ozaala owookubiri mwandibadde mutegeera ekyo kyennyini.
Simon,
we go through a lot. We go through a lot.
We also go through it to bring
yes,
the pregnancy.
To make you the husbands, to make you the fathers. You proudly walk as a father with your head high.
Would you be a mother
because I made you a father.
Would you be a mother without me?
Of course I wouldn't. Kati era kyengamba kireri Simon.
So
the complementary roles, yeah. So chandibadde fair. Ntibambi omukyalo.
That's the biggest contribution in child making.
I do majority of the work.
In child making? How?
Child making is for God, Simon. Simon Katonda yakola omwana. Ogugwo dakiika zinza n'obutawera abiri ng'omaze
nenkuligula webaka nenkuleeta mu nyumba nenkuliisa wuyo nakoze enviiri just know how much I have spent nenkutereeza then finally gwe nokola katono kokka kakumpa eddakiika ziiza asatu to make a child when I have spent so much. This way is very good. Tubalina ku luno. Marry us when you love us, don't marry us with the intention of separation. But I remember that in 2014 I was hosting Dr. Joseph Serwada. I think Dr. Joseph Serwada leads the what church is that? It is called what? His Christian focus? Victory Church.
Victory Church, yes.
At that time, Parliament was debating the marriage and divorce bill. This is the argument of Dr. Serwada. that you cannot carry life and death in equal measure.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, I agree.
So you cannot say marriage and divorce. Obanga agenze okulaba omukyala yazadde omwana we you nenga naye Doryn kulika akaana mu motoka yange nkuleeteddemu the baby shows naye era ne ka coffin nako nkaleese nti omwana bw'abaala nninga bulungi obugoye mbulesi wabula bw'aba afudde ne kesi nkoze eki ngireese.
So in other words, bandiga separating z'amateeka.
You see, when you say marriage and divorce, yes, you have legalized both.
Both, yes.
You have given both equal prominence. Similarly, I see that increasingly our legislation and the law is bringing both aspects to the fore. Marriage, yes, if you can. Divorce, yes, if you want. Yet one is the least wanted, least expected, most unfortunate. But the prominence with which both are coming is good. This law was made, this ruling was made by women. It originated from the ruling of Justice Catherine Bamugemereire.
Simon, waliwo n'abasajja ennaku zino waliwo n'abalenzi oba abavubuka abatakyayagala kukola. Ayagala afune omukazi nga yakola dda ayina ebintu bye mu mbeera eyo tubigabane tayagala kukola bangi they are very many.
Byenkusanze nabyo you married me in 2022 ng'olina ennyumba zo ennamasuba olina ennyumba zo ewalala. I can't share into that because at the time you made that I was on it.
So it is two-way. It is two-way, Simon. Ennaku zino abasajja musuddeyo nnyo obuvunaanyizibwa nammwe mwagala bikolerere mwagala biwedde. Yes, oyagala
tasuddeyo obuvunaanyizibwa
abasajja okusingira ddala because primarily the responsibility of the family is on the man primarily. Simon, nzibwe mba nina gye nkola nga nina akalimo nina kwongerezaako si tetusobola kuba ate nga nga fizi mbolokwa tulina abaana babiri sasulirako omunaawo sasulirako.
Before the law, our responsibility has been quantified. That's what we've been doing. Nti ogattirizaako naye ate mukwawo kano yagala tugaba ne wakati.
Simon, kubanze nina value gye nteekamu etali quantifiable. That is why we need to meet in the middle.
Can you
the 50%.
Can you tell the public whether today you gave me breakfast?
Simon, breakfast namukola ntya nga nange nina okukeera wane tuzuukuse essaawa y'emu tuzze okukola onoonya ssente noonya ssente.
Very good. You know what I wait for? The next thing, the next ruling I wait for, there should be a law to regulate the work of house helpers, the house girls, the housemaids. How do they come in the picture? Because while you did not manage to give me breakfast and you are rushing to work, this house helper or the housemaid or the house girl gave me breakfast.
Yensonga lwaki my value has to be equated to that of a house girl
somehow. Imweni abakazi abakola na abamasuuti nga iwe n'ekyencho kirekye n'ekyencho kikulema okumba kabiri n'ekyencho kyona kyakulema okumba wagolola wakalanga bali kuja at work we start very early ganga mukasasa at 6 o'clock ngemaamu ku saaga 10 oba 10 omvuge mungu awo
Simon ebibera between me and you tuleme naye nga abasajja lino etteeka lyekubidde nnyo okusaidia abasajja
agenda okuwasa naye bagenda okuwasa n'ali mu bufumbo n'atabutandika. You need to buy today's newspapers, the Daily Monitor if you read English, Daily Monitor New Vision, or Bukedde if you read Uganda. Otegere iteeka cherikoba. You never know how it helps
nebongeddeko ne bagamba
the decisions you're going to
bagambye nti ebyo bisaliddwawo olowooza nti tekiri fair. For example, bagambye atogenda funa 50%, ogenda funa 20% out of the contribution. Era oli waddembe okudda ne weekubira endule mu kkooti yemu ne baddamu ne batuna mu nsonga zongo ino obujulizi nti bannayo omusajja ono yalwala emyezi 6 nali ku kitanda ne mulabirira byonna abaana be famire ye nazaala nze badde mulabirira amaze wange emyezi 6 oba omwaka byonna ebyo oba osobola okuddayo n'obujulizi ne bakwongera ku ssente.
What the law should clarify, just this year bayise etteeka ery'obusika, the succession Act.
Yes.
The Succession Act somehow speaks about how property is shared in event of death of a spouse. Now, I am looking at how the two laws will be married. In the other law, I think there is a specific percentage given to the widow, or the widower for that matter. This one also, I need to find out how can the two laws be married. Well, one is about death, right? I agree. It's about separation. The other is about death. But
yes.
Where would I get much? People are going to start looking at where you get much, where you get less.
Simon, death is an eventuality. Yeah.
So that you know, there are many things we never imagine that people think about and change lives. But like I said, I am a born-again Christian. I agree to Christian values. We must not give divorce equal prominence with marriage. We must advocate for marriage, yes, for life.
But Simon, in cases where do you know there are cases where separation is better than staying in there? There's a situation where the marriage is too toxic, yeah. Bantu kutuka kwetta kutingana. Haven't you seen cases where omwami oba omuchala like violence in violent cases, yeah, balwana? This violence affects not only the spouses but also the children in that marriage. So would you rather stay in such a toxic relationship than go separate ways and live life again?
I want to examine from you who makes this relationship toxic.
It is both parties. It is both parties. It's not one-sided, Simon.
That means that if you and I avoided what would make this relationship toxic, it could be a heaven on earth.
Simon, we are saying in situations, in such extreme cases, where you find yourselves, love yagwao, nga biganye.
Mutabuka muti abantu abasulagananga ku mwatu kakabiri okubanga buli omu ayenda kuyita mwina. How does it apply?
Siwagira divorce, but in cases where it's violent, it's toxic,
violence eno wajimana ko maze kuidaga ngeti wambo nako oli
nali simanyi nti omusajja mulwanyi, nali simanyi nti omusajja chimbibiri luyiya kusambya yasize ebintu, nali sibimanyi namala kubeera naye ne ndyoka ntegeera empisa ze n'embeera ze.
Nkwenda kukusomesa mwana wange ebigambo bino. Owulirizanga ine ebintu abasadde byeboogera ke bali kukukwana. Tula moja kweta kusimolya. Omusaizo wabanga ali kusimolya.
Ngali kusimolya.
Empisa gye gisinga gitumulako kati nze wange. Emamba nsiba mwekyahi. Nze mune wange. Tinja bwire. Nze mune wange. Ntaka kabozi kabuli lunaku. But because many times people I love, they forget to listen and pay attention to those ones. But by the time you come, during this time of courtship,
Simon, you're trying to win me over. Otandika otyo kumbulira ebibi byokola. Nze buna ebonyiza nkuba. Nze bonyiza nsamba, you cannot. Era buli omu bw'aba akwana yesiga akazigo ayingira birungi byerere ebiraba abireeta akutwala out naye yingira ye eri munda. Yingira mu bufumba olugendo lyoke lutandike.
Nzo idinibo boina PhD eno kufukamira okunda musa. Nze. Obo ina PhD nga wasoma degree list. Tena byakunda musa muzungu. Mbo hey. Good morning sweetheart. Ndikwenda kukubona ke degree ogisere waiguru. Ogikubiye ganso okubya amafu. Otibaze gange. Wasuzoti ya sebo. Ojitegei tondela kusomi hata you know ya meselebu you see me on TV iniza lukiyampoza bwenga soma abantu bagasoma bese bisimaze ko yawo soka tuwoma woma ko family ko lachi so good morning ganga mukolo etenda tumalirawo olwale bakago muri mutya mwe bali kuba nife mwe bali kutubona mugobere bintu efe ku mutimbagano ninze SIR Simon Muyanga Lutaaya ni mukwano gwange
Doryn Mwesige
kale eyo ne bayire
ganga muka ku Baba TV obusoga bulaire.